Hello, hello. It's me, Dead Dodo Dog, and we are back again for watching my designated art practice time. Yeah. Anyone's tuning in, I hope you're having a lovely Sunday. I have unfortunately fell down the FF14 rabbit hole, and that'll probably be using up some of my free space. But at the very least, it's what's the word? A game I'm probably playing off stream just for a bit. Oh, hello, Ben. Oh dear. Be careful of the cats, my friend. uh, oh, hang on. I think I can fix it. There you go. There we go. Yeah, I see you've already got. I can see you've already got a watermelon idea. But yeah. Ugh, I hope everyone's been doing well. The weather's been absolutely awful. I've not been out exercising as much as I should have been. But yeah, I fell down the FF14 rabbit hole. So that might be influencing me sometime soon. But I'm mostly, I think, saving it for my days off. So I'm not going to be missing my own schedule because I'm playing it every hour. I'm a bit more, slightly more grown up than that. Nah. Today is like, as you can see by the reference image just above my head, which I copied off Pinterest. I need to do a little bit of practice drawing hands, I think, because a little something I'm working off stream on the side. I've got it stuck, and I realise I'm being silly, and I'm not using a reference for hands. So my initial bit of practice will be drawing hands, and then trying to draw something involving hands, probably something that has hands. You know, very normal, very normal. But yeah, better get right into it. I can't think. I feel like I need to go out a bit more. I do. I don't know if it's the same problem other people face when they do this, but it's like because I'm at home all the time and my duties require me to be at home. I don't feel like I always have a lot to talk about apart from what I'm doing that's on screen. So hope the music is good vibes. Hope you enjoy watching my process as I slowly try to learn art, and I hope it's a good time. Yeah. And so I appreciate people just popping in. So you've already made my day there, Ben, and anyone else who might be lurking. Right, bring up my actual screen. So copied this little reference image just to give me it, help me try and solidify it in my brain, as it were. Because currently I'm having a bit of trouble retaining the information without having the image right next to me. There. Yeah, but I hope everyone's doing well. Slightly blurry image. I could have got a better image, but it's good for the general gist of it. So I'll probably just do a few minutes of this sort of practice, or at least for a little bit. Just to see. I need to practice my fingers and thumbs and whatnot. So. You gotta make a fist. You gotta make a fist. Oh, poo. Finger and forefinger. And that'll be just a regular one. And that should be touching the palm. And then that one should be a bit more. Gotcha. I'll be around just playing some games. Ooh, what you playing? What you playing? Are you playing your comfort game, your off-stream comfort game, or is it just what's the word? One of those games that kind of have like a hold on your throat through habit. One thing I was concerned about going back to doing like a multiplayer game. The last time I played one was where was it? It was last time I played a multiplayer game was like Fallout 76, and before that it was like Destiny, and years ago it was a little bit of World of Warcraft. Not a lot, obviously, but do you remember the Raw Nails? Against the Storm, My Recent Habit. I've not heard of that one. Is that the It sounds vaguely familiar, but I can't quite pass it, if that makes sense. That looks like a hand. I may have to look out for the giant fist. Right, let's try and make wider movements. So I'm not sure. I'm gonna make a freaky looking hand probably by doing this, but Fantasy Settlement Builder. Oh, I see. Is it like a top down? Is it like top down? Is it isometric? I think is the term I'm thinking. You know what gesture this hand's making? I'm throwing up gang signs here. That looks vaguely like a hand, I think. Not a good one, but. I don't know what it's because. These are definitely not going to be in proportion, are they? Oh, it looks more like a skinny heart. I've drawn more of a skinny heart than I've drawn a hand there. Is it at least the good kinds? Because there's some of them where they can be a touch obnoxious about it, like like with all the pop-ups and whatnot, and the well, I can't put it. The stores. I don't know what this hand gesture would be. It'd be like a gang song. That one's a bit weird. Okay, let's try and draw a little grasping hand. It's a palm out. Ooh. What's the theme then? Is it just generic fantasy, or is it just what they call it? Is it like got like a twist or some spice to it? Is I suppose where I'm going with it. Okay, I need. Hang on, I'm myself mixed up already. Oh, I know. Okay, that looks more like a hand. Bit of a fat palm though. Move my image over a little. What I really need to do, to give you an idea, is the I don't know if you can see the thing on it. I'm basically drawing a maid sort of character, like French maid outfit. So I need to get down the little heart hand sign, if I'm being honest. the little Moe Moe Kyun, but we're gonna work up to that. Moment is just. I think that hand's a bit off, but we'll make do. Storm that comes and destroys everything every X amount of years, so you have to build multiple settlements in an attempt to seal the storm. Oh, okay. Do you get permanent upgrades? Because I'm assuming you're gonna fail at least the early game, but is there like a couple of how do I word it? You get upgrades that persist with each playthrough or anything like that? Nah, I've tried a few. I think what's the last time I played something like that? It was. Oh, I think I know where I went wrong with this one. Read a hand. That'll be a curve of the pile. There we go, stubby little hand and fingers. Well, I could just draw it like a mitt, I suppose. And then it would be a bit more. Stop! You violated the law. But this one finger is a bit too. Yeah, I definitely need to work on the proportions of these. Exactly, lots of failing, but upgrades helps you. No, I'm familiar. It's like closest I've come to that is playing. It's not the same sort of game. It's a roguelike, but that's Slay the Spire, where it's almost impossible to win on the first try. Although it can, if things work out well, you can. And I say that is in if you've got no prior knowledge of the game, like you shouldn't really be able to win the first try. Whereas making a fresh encounter, you've already played the whole game like I have. I've managed it without 3 of the 4 characters to be like a lot of these games, even if they're not necessarily a roguelike or settlement builder, you have to rely a lot on the knowing what. It's just knowledge, isn't it? Like you learn from the encounters. But right, hang on one more. On a hand of yeah. Oh, I am. I just hope. Is it wrong of me to say that, like, there's so many games that have let me down? That because obviously sequels have bad reputation for a reason, and you can't help but worry. Is it going to be the same? But as long as the devs have kept in mind what made the first game fun, and they're not just adding stuff now because they've made some money, I think it should still be good. But I just worry. Okay, I know what I did wrong. Problem is, I'm still making life hard for myself here because I'm using such a blurry image. I mean, I suppose I could always just like expand it, but it isn't my fault for like just copying the first. Oh god, that's too far. Yeah, copying a blurry image I've just found off Google, so it's my own fault. Yeah, because how many of them? Where was I? That's right. There we go. Finger up there. Finger pointing. This is not looking anything like the picture. Sticking your fingers up and your hands in the air. Oh, so it's the only reason I've what's the word? No, I'll move this. I don't need it quite as obnoxiously big. Although we can put it here and move down a touch. Yeah, unfortunately, it's not always. We can't always blame the game. It might just be we've changed. You can like something once or for a bit, but then you don't always want the same thing, no matter what the media likes to tell you sometimes. But right, let's try and actually draw from 4. Delete some of the older pictures now because I'm only doing this as my bit of practice for a little bit. Hang on. If I remember my buttons, there it is. Yeah. Any of them yourself that you've had that hit by where it's like you thought, oh, I've been waiting for this game, but then when you play it, it doesn't feel like it's done anything wrong. It just feels like you've outgrown it. That's always a bit of a sad feeling because as you get older, there's less and less stuff that makes you happy, I suppose is the term. Like we lost the joy, the boyish wonder. If that's the correct way of saying it. You got a nice large thumb. And we have nice thick fingers for this one. Maybe not that tall. I've done the thing where I've made the palm too small again, haven't I? Because I've made these fingers bigger. The Titan Quest remake that came out made me feel that. Titan Quest, oh yeah. My big one for me was, and to be fair, I don't think I'm actually wrong to feel this. It's when like they do a remake of something you enjoyed when you were young, but they don't put the full effort in. It's like very much they were barely trying. In my case, it's always been the Front Mission games. I only ever got to play 3 myself. And what's the word? Yeah, they've managed to remake them up like 1, 2, and 3 now. Problem is, they all suck. They were made proper cheap, and you can tell that they were made cheap. They've lost a lot of the, like the satisfaction of the, how the sound effect hits right, the sound design hits right, and all that kind of thing. It's lost a lot of that, and it's just biggest letdown of my adult life when it comes to games so far. Oh yeah, it is. And it's like you look at it like, if you've ever seen, I'd have to show it. If you've ever seen the old, I mean, the thing that kind of sold me on it, I remember as a kid, was it's a turn-based. You're using on a grid. You're using mechs. So like you've got your, I can probably draw it to do an example. Obviously, you've got your little mech or whatever there. You're on like a grid. You can move to there, and then melee means you can attack here, or you can shoot if you've got a ranged weapon. That kind of stuff. But the nice thing about it that got me into it, because my brother gave me the game, was you could target individual parts of the mech, the arms, the legs, the body, the head, so you could target different body parts and whatnot, and you could literally like punch the other robot's arm off or break their legs. And then when you eventually destroyed the robot, there was a very dramatic slow-mo where it kind of fell to its knees, crackling with fire and electricity, and then exploded. Now, and the sound of the gunfire was really satisfying and meaty, even for an old PS1 game. And when I played this new one, the it didn't look particularly nice, and it felt there was no impact to the sound design. You were getting shot, but it felt like someone was shooting. The robots were getting shot with Nerf guns, and there was no satisfying slow-mo explosion as they slowly fell to their knees. Sorry, that's my ramble. I don't know how much I was rambling there. That makes me think of their Vagrant story game, just with big mechs instead of fantasy. Yeah, and it's such a disappointment for me because they've kind of killed it, because for most English speakers, the only game we've got to play from the Front Mission series was like Front Mission 3 and Evolved. Yeah, and so like we don't get to even play all the other good games unless we want to download them illegally or whatnot. Oh, I know. I just worry that I'm not taking enough room for breaths, is my only concern. Like I'm not breathing when I do it. But have I got this one? Where's the fist in the air? But where was I going with it? So there is actually there was a modding scene that was quite popular for it, because obviously, again, if they won't give us the games, there's plenty of people who will mod it and do it themselves. And that did kind of lead to, hang on. Sorry, I'm trying to get my image right. Oh no, I did that wrong. Basically, there's people who have modded and ported the games with English on PC, and they've like upscaled it themselves. But obviously, you can't get those legally. That's sort of a hand that works. Right, let's clean this page up. What time are we at? We'll do one more and then I'll move on to trying to draw an actual picture. I think that's good enough for a little bit of practice, but one thing I do want to do before I get into things is draw some actual hands. That'll do. Like the ones I want are. Look at it. Remember to draw rectangles. And honestly, let's draw a heart frame, because I've got to get my Moe Q down. I can recreate it. Yeah, because I'm trying to make them do a cutesy little peace sign, so I need to do at least a little bit. It's going to still be wrong and out of proportion, but a little bit of practice goes a long way. And like roughly like the hands. If the hand's rough, that's fine. Just gotta try and get the practice drawing my own reference so I have an idea what I'm drawing later. I need to be able to replicate what I'm doing here. And if I get proportions off, I can at least use the digital magic and just, what's the word? I can just resize stuff. So we're too much about proportion for now. Try a bit harder. Don't need that, okay. Very basic hard hand. Although saying that, I do need to reposition slightly. Put you about there. Yeah, my music was audible for a second. I was just like, ooh. Let's see, pencil. Okay, I need to remember I do need that line. That'll be the shaded bit. It's off a rough impression of where I'm going. Perfect. What I need to do is like something similar to that, but like widen. No, that's not gonna look. Time for down. That's a rough idea. I suppose now I can make it weird and just draw loads of other appendages. And start making it into like an Elden Ring boss where it's like hands onto hands. Start doing like stuff like that. Well, that's enough for now. That is, we've hit over the half-hour mark, so I'll try and actually make something now, I think. We'll move you off to the side. That could be deleted to save some space. There we go. Back in. And let's see. Anyone's got any requests or whatnot, or something they'd like to shout out as a recommendation? I'll try and indulge you. Or if anything comes to mind as you see me working along, feel free to share. I won't say no to some brainstorming. Right, can I incorporate this into what I'm thinking of properly? But part of the point, I'll keep that there just to keep looking at it, I suppose. Where can I move you? Move you here. That space in the middle of the hand looks like an exquisite place to insert a giant cookie burger. Oh, you're a heathen. You're a heathen is what you are, Ben. Okay, if I get to it and nothing else pops up as the scene develops, we'll add a burger. I mean, actual burger, not that abomination you just recommended, though. Those are the words I'll get you banned. No, I'm joking. James Banningworth. Hello, Huggin. How are you today? Ben's just trying to coerce me into drawing a cookie burger, and I refuse. All I've done so far is a little bit of a bit of a reference I've got off Pinterest. I'm just using to try and practice drawing some hands a little bit, and now I'm going to move into actually trying to make a picture. Nice to see you. I hope you're having a good Sunday. If you just want to lurk or leave, feel free. Don't feel pressured to say anything. It's Sunday after all, day of rest. Oh, good. That might be it. Draw a finger higher up. Oh, that's not right. Hang on. I'm going to delete as I go. Oh, too far. I plan to lurk while I get into the Cloud Arc of Tactics. Ooh, that sounds good. Talking earlier about are there any games we're excited for coming out? And I'm fervently praying that Slay the Spire 2 is good. So, Tactics is a game I've had some experience with, but not a lot. It felt more into the category of that's one of the games I just watched my brother play when I was a lad. Not as familiar with them nowadays as much. Can you do with your own two hands? Yeah, well, I think I did right the first time. Not overthink it too much. I was watching something earlier where I'd watched someone else who'd done shared a bit of fan art. It looked good. It's that same sort of thing where some stuff looks good at a distance, but the more you look at it, the more proportions can kind of seem really off. Still a lovely piece it was, but once I started noticing stuff, I couldn't unsee it and it was more like the hunch of the shoulders. Like if imagine someone's crouched down petting a cat, and you could see it from a side view. But then when you stop and look at it, you notice how the arms are all out of proportion and stuff. So yeah, I was enjoying it until I noticed that. But I think that's a thing a lot of people end up having. Once you notice one detail, it can spoil a piece for you. I've had that happen with some stuff I've drawn before. And again, hands are weird to look at regardless, so you could have a massive thumb, but it's just a hitchhiker's thumb, isn't it? So nothing against anyone with large thumbs, but you know what I mean. The fave of mine, I never got to do a lot of the extras because I didn't even know it existed back then. Like Cloud, now you have the Spiky Boy. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I've seen that with in Ben's stream. If you're still here, if it's like you're playing through bits that you didn't think about when you first played it, and now you play it now, and you're like, oh, hang on, I didn't know this was even a feature. So I'm glad to hear that you're finding new ways to enjoy. Something you played before. It's always a fun time. That'll work roughly for what I'm doing. So I need to resize this a touch though. I am going to try and draw a face behind it. So I'll probably go to a new layer for that. Where am I in the picture? Right there. We'll leave you there for now. We need to just make enough room for the forearms, because I'm going to go and draw a little bit more arm, I think. Probably unpin that reference now so it's not in my way. How do I get rid of this reference image now? There we go, I've cleared it. I worked it out slowly but surely. Okay, looking at that, I do need to move this over a touch more though. It's going to be somewhat of a face, maybe even a little behind it. We frame that about here. Then the top part will be where I put the face. We'll do arms about here. Oh, what that go? Oops, lost my screen for a second. Bear with me. I pushed a button I shouldn't have pushed. Now I get to draw some nubs, aka some forearms. And before someone comes in and tells me that the proportions are for the forearms. Oh, bear with me. I want a phone call if you bear with me. All right. Terribly sorry about that. I had a phone call. The monkey noises wasn't me seeing something that made me excited. It was just my ringtone. I had a ring from my brother. Do a quick save, so in case I don't lose any progress. I change this to no, what am I saying? Art for again? My brain scrambled here. It's not art, it's arm. Arm is the word that I was trying to type in. Arm line switch. We're gonna get this Moe Q done if it kills us. Well, kills us. I'm sure someone will make it. In the oh, ignore me. Ignore me. I'm just talking nonsense. You're not expecting an interruption and your brain just scrambles for a moment. Alright, let's do another line. Make that a pack for now. And we'll start trying to draw. Let's have a think. Go on different in colour, or I'll keep it the same. That'll be for now. Turn that opacity all the way down so I can actually see where things are going. You go to our happy place. Kind of looks like someone's being strangled at the moment rather than they're getting a happy burger. It's a weird way to hold a burger. This is more like what's the word? Well, so it's you, Ben. That is. You put the idea of eating a burger in my head when it was meant to be a cute little heart sign. So, darn you, Benjamin. Right, let's try angling that to a different angle. Meant to be a cute face, kind of like. It kind of looks a bit like Kermit. I am aware, but this is what we work, you know. Oh, I'm still stuck on selection mark. That's why nothing's being pressed. No, I'm innocent. That was hugging. Oh, right. No, it wasn't. Hang on, let me double check. Am I blaming? Oh, you're right. I apologise, Ben. Okay. I owe you an apology, Ben. You didn't say the burger. Like, hugging. Like, you're double guilty now for trying to trick me into thinking it was Ben. Shame on you. How dare you, sir? How dare you make me love it? Yeah. I don't even have an excuse. There's only two or three people here, and only 2 people talking, so I have no excuse about missing people up. I like this mouse supposed to be. I noticed I didn't correct the record. It's true. I mean, I didn't correct you either. It's like I am Spartacus. No, I am Spartacus. You don't have to be Spartacus, guys. You can just let someone take the fall. Although, since I got it wrong, I should be saying it too. Like, for perspective, I need to make sure. He's a hungry lad. There's not really a gender at the moment, so we're just gonna go with Oh, no, that's not right. You make noises when you draw a face too, like what you think the expression says. My is a bit of a mix between like a squeaky door and a Minecraft villager. Although I've just realised, again, the burger thing's stuck in my brain. I'm meant to be doing like a grin, aren't I, and not an open mouth. The mimetic hazard. Although, saying that, that's a bit too scary. It does look like it's either a burger or someone's been choked. No, get your caffeine, get yourself stocked up. It's very important. I have cherry Pepsi and apple slices. Well, I'm good. clean this up a little bit and work from there, I think. What kind of flavour of caffeine did you get? Is it a nice cold drink, or is it what's it called? Just some nice hot brew? Share with the class, if you will. That looks like. I have a large glass of Coke Zero myself. Ice cold. Sounds delightful. I never bother with the glasses myself, so I end up always having a little bit of a, what do you call it, condensation that rolls off it and ends up on my cabinet or something. Hang on, I need to redo this stuff. I feel like anytime I try to do like a big grin like this, I'm kind of making a My Hero Academia character. Or it could be massive lips, could be evil. Let's see where the muse takes us today. Oh, very nice. I think I'm making a Ninja Turtle by the looks of it, at least at this stage. Maybe the head needs to be rotated a bit more. Or shrunk down a touch. Maybe it's just because how I've done the arms are a bit awkward and they need to be lower down. You gotta do what you can to get ahead in life. Let's have a fiddle about with the arms again. Let's do a bit more repositioning. We've got to do our digital magic. Right now, I could either do it like that, it's a bit more in frame, or have him over his face a bit. I think it needs to definitely be resting something like that, where the fingers are covering up the lower half of the face. If that makes sense. Do I want to make this bigger? That is the question. How does it look if it's bigger? Size everything up a touch. Right, let's try you. Is it because that thing where they say about the hand needs to be not much bigger than the head? Or the face? Maybe. Let's play that angling a bit. Zoom in a bit. Are we thinking a second opinion here? I think that looks like it's framed well enough. I suppose I can always change how the arms are in the frame as well, I imagine. So. I could always have it with. No, I don't want to do them messing around here. I can always, like I say, I can always fiddle with more of it, can't I, as I go? So let's rename this the face layer. Zoom back in. What time are we on? We've already an hour in, and we have about half-hour warm-up, so not too bad so far. Might take a little breather in another half-hour. See if we end up with something I'm happy with. Yeah, that might work actually. Looks like a slightly disturbed expression. What do we think of that expression? It gives me. Sorry, that's my impression. Although, again, rather than Moe Kyun, it looks like someone's getting choked. So. I hope my weird noises aren't too off-putting. Suppose then. Something like that, maybe. We change the inner mouth a touch. You're going for the crazy face. I could just be going for a very depraved looking stuff. See, mate. Right, oops, lost my pen in the wrong direction. Sorry, just cleaning these lines up a bit. So what are we getting? Are we just getting smug, or are we getting slightly psychotic? Maybe a bit of both. As I'll see where the rest of the head's going. Zoom in. Let's start. I'm getting Mars psychosis, and I can relate. I have this look when hungry. You open like this is the last thing the leftovers have seen the fridge before everything goes dark kind of vibe. This is what the things in your fridge see when you open the fridge door. Honestly, yeah, going back to the burger thing, I thought maybe I will fit the burger in, who knows. Although, will it be more? Sorry, I'm being indecisive. As in that regard, if we are going psycho but hungry. There. Or the tongue. You always do like that, don't we? You made his face with the tongue out too. I got told by I've never been more insulted in my life by my father. I was eating a yogurt, as you do one day, while sitting on the couch. And I scraped the last bit out with my spoon. I hear him make a noise across the room. I'm like, what? And he's like, oh, you look like you're enjoying that. And I said, it's a yogurt. And he's like, oh no, you look like you're in love with it, the way you're staring at it and scraping every little bit out. And I said, naturally, I said, fuck off. But apparently I have an intense look on my face when I'm eating too, so. I've never been insulted so much by something that sounded so true. That might be it. I need to. I'm looking a bit too wrong, is it? I'm running out of space up here. I have to resize this again in a minute. Oh. Right now. This is why I might need to reposition. For the neck. A minute, and I might need to reposition again. Right, I need to draw what I thought before, which is really... Something like that might work. Alright, and let's draw the rest of this head because I'm going to get stuck if I don't. Trying to draw little details rather than the important thicker ones. Right, so let's start with... We'll do another layer. We'll knock them down a touch. Oh, too thick. That's what she said, that's what he said, that's what they said. There you go. Someone's not been to a hairdresser in years. Yeah, I'm looking at it, it's kind of like a Gorillaz character. Not the Gorillaz the monkey, but Gorillaz the band. Might just be because the tongue's sticking out, but everyone's getting some fuck boy vibes. Yeah. Funny enough, what's it called? I may have only took secondary school art as a way to escape from accidentally picking travel and tourism, but I think it was fine art. Still life was most of what the drawings were, and what's it called? I vaguely recall taking a Gorillaz mug in with me to draw it to be like something to actually draw in class. So technically, this is like coming full circle. The sparky hair. Or it could be a Sonic OC, evil. He's stuck his Right, now if we clean these up a little bit. Yeah. Honestly, the reason I'm going for this with the hair is just because I've kind of got myself in a hole when it came to like what's it called? Where I've drawn the head shape. So this is me trying to hide my sins, basically. I think it's a pretty normal thing for anyone doing art. Like, you hide things in perspective and whatnot. It's not the same because part of this is practice for something else. I mean, everything you do is practice for the next thing you do, whether you think it or not. But I was trying to draw the hand specifically because there's something I want to try and draw, but I'm not quite brave enough to draw it on stream currently. You know what? I need to make those invisible for a sec. Oh no, it's the guy with no face. So I'm not getting my lines mixed up. Well, I just quickly go around. Try and clean these lines up a touch. That'd be too perfect, but... Sorry, I'm trying not to hyper focus, but I'll make sure I don't make my eyes too sore doing this too much. By not staring at the screen and not blinking enough. Trying to work on the hand-eye coordination. The one meme I'm thinking of where it's a bit close to, the one where he's rubbing his hand with his tongue out. I know I can blame for that thought, because I know who's influenced me, but it's just no one who's here at the moment. Who's got that one meme burned into my head. Hey, and turnabout's fair play. I am in the business of sharing the cursed May-Mays myself. So I can't complain when someone does it to me, but I think I have to do a background colour at some point. So spot all the little bits I've missed. Sorry, I apologise by the way, there's probably more efficient ways to doing this, but slowly carving away at my incline seems to be my current favourite way of trying to make things nicer. If only because of the size of my current tablet, I can't really make broad sweeps. I have to make small lines here and there. Right. Let's put the face back in. Let's have a look. There. I suppose, do I want to draw the ear? Is a question as well. It's the profile a bit more. How does that look? Does that look fitting? Suppose if I'm doing that, if I go back on to oh, wrong one. suppose that means I could just... Be looking with that, and if we put Alright, so let's have a little looky where we are. Where at? Oh, I'm just going to take a little breather. I'll be about 5-10 minutes. Everyone grab a drink, grab a snack, have a stretch. I shall return in about 10 minutes. Bye bye in a bit. I have returned. I have returned. Had to like shake the old man awake for his tablets and put something in the oven for when I finish in an hour. A man can't live off apple slices alone. I've put a lasagna, like a what they call those ready meal lasagnas, in the oven. So I have my allotment of pasta cheese and mince. Sorry, I'm talking my mouth full. It's very bad manners. That's right, lasagna. That's definitely the right way to say it. Kind of like what this gentleman's eating. Well, not really, but yeah. I do need to kind of do actually, no, I'm thinking of this wrong. This whole bit would be the chest, wouldn't it? So if we had the, you know. Might not even see the tip of that, wouldn't I? Might just be the arm extends further down. And we don't see the forearm because this bit is off screen. It saves me having to draw the rest of the arm. Yay! There's a bit of framing going on. Lasagna, yes. I suppose that could be the next step. That's hairlines. It's face, it's arms. I suppose. I could just draw. Yeah. we got the burger we were asking for all this time. Although not a particularly good one. The point is half the burger's meant to be falling below it a little bit. We came back to the full burger experience eventually. We had our hungry burgers. He's a hungry lad, he is. Wow. Make sure I've not got this on the right same page. So it cause problems otherwise. Right, now it's on the proper line. Burger, nah. It's obviously the worst way to hold a burger possible, but you know. Sorry, I'm just trying to map out how I'd hold it. I mean, actually, thinking about it, but I could just not have the arms and screen like this and save myself the trouble. They can be a wider. And I can save the space down here for something else. Like I say. His big belly. Big belly. Actually, you know what? I probably shouldn't have that. Someone might think it's something else. Let's leave the belly lines off. How does this make everyone feel? He can flap his arms like a duck. Yeah, indeed. I don't know, this is what we've ended up with today. It was supposed to be me doing practice, doing a cute little moe kyun where you make the little heart with your hands or something. I ended up drawing a disturbed face above it. Huggin and Ben both got the idea of him eating a burger in my head, and they didn't leave. So that's how I've ended up with this weird amalgamation. Just like me eating a burger at 1 a.m. Maybe it's a bit gratuitous. Let's not have the belly be that obscene. This is on Twitch after all. We'll make it like that, or we can keep the belly. I don't know. I'll shelve that for now. Don't know necessarily if I want to draw a body below, as it were. Maybe focus on cleaning up the details up high rather than, you know, all that. But. Oh, that was too far. How are you, Simming Sora, anyway? You doing okay today? Sorry I didn't greet you straight away. I'm still a bit, what's the word? Hyperfixated on what I'm doing. But it's nice to see you. Hope you've been having a good Sunday. Oh, I'm on the wrong pen, aren't I? That's the reason why it looks thicker. Hello, Deviant. Nice to see you too. We got a whole crowd of people in this Sunday. It's very nice to see everyone. Yeah, I'll zoom out a bit so you can get a bit of a look. But no, I guess I get that. Yeah, we've had a bit of a journey from where we started. I've ended up going moe kyun, making a cute hand gesture to making the face you make when you find said burger to adding a burger. So. Oh dear. Oh, you saw the Be Right Back sign. I haven't pinned that, haven't I? Hang on. Yeah, that was at like I was back at like 10. That was like 10 to 8 when I came back. So won't be here too much longer, I think. But I say, hope everyone's having good habits, good day. I've maybe ill-advisedly decided to try playing Final Fantasy 14, and I spent most of my days off playing that. So my Friday and Saturday I was playing that, mostly just grinding. But I am supposed to have someone coming to who's willing to play along with me, so it won't just be that, hopefully. Although that'll probably be my off-stream game, if only because, you know what, I might as well just merge all these together. Do I want to merge? I'll work on line art next, but yeah, let's just do them all together. There we go. Now at least it's all on the same page, as it were. Do I want to go for pen line? That is the question. That'll be the next one. Make a new one. Let's quick group those together. And then if I do this one, and if we colour that in with what would be a nice undercolour for now. Oh, I'll do that in a second actually. I need to still do a bit of Oh, that's why I'm not got a black pen. That's the reason why it looks so funny. I was wondering about that. Sorry, a lot of this is just going to be me fiddling with line art. Right, okay then. No, I don't need that for now, actually, now that I think about it. Let's just do what I was thinking before, which we need like a warmish colour for the underlayer. I might be remembering wrong, but I was told something like an orange, maybe, would work as like an underlayer. Make that lighter. We can paint on top in any case. I'm a bit late to answering the question, but yeah, has anyone else new who's joined, Simming or Deviant or anyone else? Has anyone got any new Sunday hobbies other than like me, like giving in and playing and going back to an MMO? I know a lot of people like that. What's it called? Is it Marvel? The Marvel one? Is it the name? Marvel Ultimate, is it? I know a lot of people have been going back to that recently. There's a couple of people playing various shooters and whatnot. I'll do it this way and just recolor it. I messed it up again. Oh well. The Autonomophone, or whatever it is that the instrument's called. That I can hear in my background music. There you go, at least it pops out a bit better. I'm getting back into making resin art, but nothing video game wise. I'm uncoordinated, so I prefer watching my husband play. Oh no, that makes sense. That makes sense. I've seen a bit of that. I think I wasted a good few bits of my first pay slip on buying like resin statues and stuff. But are you making like the dioramas, are you? Because I've seen the resin used to make rivers and water in like dioramas and stuff. Sorry, eating apple slices. I do not want it. That's what I wanted. I think, do I have to draw this on the one below? That's a good question. So we pick a quick color scheme as a test. I think this does need to be. Oh, okay. That would just cover everything unless I do that. Is it inherit alpha? So I'm trying to work my brain out. Okay, I've got my brain on one. Yeah, that's not right. Okay. I've got my order mixed up. Bad ones. I haven't committed to a full diorama, but I get distracted while I wait for it to harden. Oh, that's the worst, and then it doesn't set right, I'm imagining. But good on you. I've seen some, most of the ones I see have been like the 1 or 2 times I've been to a convention, I see people have made ones with Pokemon or Lego figures, and then they've made like a little sort of Sakura Blossom sort of background with a little nice river walking through them. But yeah, there's a lot you can do with the resin, definitely. Where am I at? I'm at quarter past thing. Okay, I think I remember roughly what I need to do. That needs to go. I think I need to do it within the same group. I think that's where I was getting my brain on wrong. Paint. I think 1 week in the next. I'm trying to remember stuff that I tried to remember last time. Oh, that's a turtle. That sounds good. Like I say, it's like this is like I'm probably a prime example of lack of focus. I've just been building it as I go with people shouting suggestions at me. So this is kind of how I've ended up where I am here. I found how I found this bit. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I'm being a bit burpy. I do apologise. It's probably a bit gross. That needs to go underneath the other stuff. Or am I misremembering? Art. So if we put this down and do, I think, turning out great. Oh, good to hear. Good to hear. You know what? Part of my issue would probably be that I'm not actually using a pen. I'm using the eraser. Right, we'll start this again. What colour am I using? What? Sorry, I'm missing myself up here. Okay. I found where I was getting myself mixed up. Took me longer than I needed to, but I finally worked out where I was going wrong. I got my inherit alpha mixed up. I put that in. Yeah, I'm alright. So I'm just thinking of something I've put in the oven for later. I just gotta make sure I keep my time right in my head. I think what I'm going to try to do now is try to play around with actually trying to make my colours a bit better, as it were. Needs to change. Do. Oh, it's green paint, that's what I need. Right, what colour do we want this hair? Most things go orange. That might work. Make it like a very obnoxious colour palette. Oops, no. I'm being a bit too careless. I need to move my thing down a bit, don't I? I'm making the size wrong. Well, that one doesn't matter as much, I imagine. Oh, wrong button. I'll to the side if I'm going to bother changing the colour of the line art as well. Wrong button. Go back to background paint for a second. That should help me find the bits I'm missing. Second. Apologies for that. Yeah, I think my noise cancellation blocked it out, but vaguely heard someone drop a glass. Nothing broke, but just a thump noise, and I just went to go and check. Spilt his drink, but made him a fresh one. He's fine. Where am I? Right, we want a white. This is the pet, isn't it? Okay, that's why we're in the background. That was helpful. I was in the right pane. I think today we might just get these base colours in. We may carry on another time for the next one. My pen froze. Oh, there we go. Well, I'll stick with these colours, but for now, just to give myself something to work with. We need Pink for the tongue. Although, saying that, should these tongue be a dark green? There's a question that we had. I can always change it. I'm not like committed, like, sort of fully attached to the idea, but we shall see. That'll do. And make it smaller. Question, what colour would the burger bun be? Make it more of a wheat bread. Yeah, because fast food burgers aren't generally great. Even, you know, in modern times, I can't imagine the fantasy equivalent of a smash burger be all that good. I can go back and add more details in any case. There was a trauma. You know it's gonna be some rank kind of seaweed burger, don't you? The Goblin Surf and Turf, if you get the reference. It all comes back to goblins in the end, doesn't it? I need to learn how to draw other things. Or stop defaulting to it when I run out of ideas. Always come back to goblins. But, be fair, yeah, what are we thinking so far? It's like, nah. Put it on a shirt. That could be on someone's t-shirt. With some text underneath, like, Hungry Boy. It's a goblin. Goblin is... I'm not going to say. Sorry, I'm not trying to make anyone dizzy. Background mob. We should do something with the background colour though, shouldn't I? That'll be a good one. Slightly off-white. Leave that for now. Goblins. It's our goblins. Don't ask if we have nuts. That'd be the little sign underneath saying, "Don't ask if we have nuts," or "Stop asking if we have nuts." That would be the saying. Honestly, it's a bit of a spaced out face. It's like, Oh dear. Right. Well, now where was I? Background. So we had that. We want a slightly darker green for this next bit. And do we want to go pencil? And make it a bit smaller. Make sure I save. Yeah. Goblin is a goblin. Probably don't need to do that. No, I'm doing it the wrong way round, aren't I? It's just like a Falcon mustache. Yeah. That's something annoying art needs. Find the little spots of this here and there. That's a bit better for the eye at least. To layer. Oh, wrong button. Up and then it was me, Connor Dioda. Sorry, ignore that. That's what I need to delete. The weird lines here and there. So, I don't know, look back and I think. My thought process is we're about 10 minutes left of our normal stream. There's stuff I need to do to this, though. My next kind of stage would be to, it's like I think when you add more, try to make a more, I wouldn't say realistic skin tone, but a more complex skin tone. So this is normally where I'd end up leaving off a lot of the time. I'd probably add some shadows and highlights, and then whatever else I'm adding to the image, like some text, like say goblin underneath or something like that. But one thing I do want to try and do is try to add depth and, like, you know, more shape to, like, you know, the body. So, you know, like you don't have lines on your body showing that it's a full 3D object. You just have different shades of the same. So try and make it look more 3D. Is that the correct way of saying it? So I don't know. So make the image look less flat, I think is where I'm going with that. But I think that's basically what my brain's telling me to do in any case. But I think for now, save as. I'll just save that as Goblin. We'll save that for now. And if we go to base chat, there we are. That's another thing I need to sort out. So I need to sort out, what's it called? My chat box, because currently as it stands, this chat box is a bit, you can't see much. I think moving it there helps a little bit. Hang on. Yeah, so at least now you can kind of see the text, but I need to redo this background slide and add like at least like a lighter colour for the black text to show up against. Because currently it's all a bit, you can't be any of yourselves watching to see what you've written down unless you're looking directly at your phone. But I suppose I could always do the thing where it's the message, where your message shoots across the screen, but I don't know, we'll see, we shall see. In any case, I think I'm mostly done for today. If I can find it, where's my option? Do I have a target for today? I think I do. Right, I'll be calling it here today. Thank you everyone who stopped in and kept me company. I'd like to try to raid out. Don't feel free to leave if you don't feel like raiding along. I want to raid into Little Fairy, who's a streamer I do admire quite a bit. She's doing her Sunday karaoke stream, and I would recommend coming along. It's a good time. Even if she sings the songs wrong, it's very entertaining. If you want to hear a toad singing, song she hates, that might be if you're into that, it might be worth sticking around. But anyway, I think I'll call it here. Thank you very much, and I'll be back in on Tuesday for some Elden Ring. Yeah. So I'm just gonna raid out now. Goodbye, farewell, Avida, say goodnight.